So good.
Have you been a very good boy or girl?
That's how I sound in my head. And I'm like, this is so wrong.
All right. Hey everyone, it's Erin and welcome to Living in Richmond, Virginia for another local scoop. Today we will be talking to Theresa, one of my favorite and most frequent repeat clients, and she's going to be talking to us about Midlothian. Theresa, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Always a treat. So we have this little saying between us, like an inside joke. We call it Team Melton and the EP touch. And that keeps me going every day. And I think about it often. And maybe we'll touch on that later. But all right, Theresa, tell us about what part of Richmond that you live in.
Okay, so currently we live in Chesterfield, the Midlothian type area. Just because we were ready, we've kind of lived all over the place. So this is, we've only been here 2 years. So it's kind of a new adventure for us.
New adventure. And what made you pick that area? Because it was a big change for you guys.
It's a big change. Family friendly. A lot of, we've never lived in anything newer before in a community where everybody was kind of joining the community at the same time. We've always lived in established neighborhoods. Extremely family friendly. That was a really big one for us because when the pandemic started, we had an 8-year-old and a 6-month-old. So it was really important that we had a sense of community.
Absolutely. And it's just like been really, really cool to watch how that was what you were looking for. You guys made the move and it's like you manifested that. And that was just the coolest thing in the world. So Theresa, and I promise this is not me trying to use my Jedi mind tricks of, you want to sell your house. This house is no good for you. You need to move again.
Oh, well, no, it doesn't take that much work, Erin. I do like to move.
I promise. I'm not doing it. I promise. But if you were to move anywhere else within the Richmond area and money was no object whatsoever, where would you move and why?
I would probably move to the Fan for the walkability. That is something that we have never really experienced. And because money is no object, we could renovate the house however we pleased.
Yes.
So that would be, I think that's the kind of community we haven't had yet, where we haven't been able to just walk to a restaurant or walk to get ice cream or have like that kind of neighborhood school feel. We have it in Midlothian, but it's drivable, not walkable.
Right. Definitely for sure. Well, that sounds really cool. I don't know. This would be, I think it would be cool to see the city EPs, the urban EPs.
Now, once the 2-year-old is older though, like right now, I would be a horrible city dweller. It'd be awful.
Yeah. Do you think if you lived in the city, I know I was there last night with somebody and we were, grabbing some dinner and it wasn't like a crazy night of the week, but finding parking was really fun. I think that's my only trepidation with anything in the city.
I think it's the right now with the younger children, there's a safety with a driveway. And you don't think about that when you're younger because you just want the adventures and the things.
Of course.
Now the driveway is like this must-have item. It's funny when you're looking at houses, you're like, oh, if I just had a great driveway. And it's always like, it's like the alligators are on the other side. You can go to this point, but nowhere past. No. And sidewalks. And that's the thing, like the Fan has amazing sidewalks and places to go with the kids, but then you also have faster traffic, more cars, people that are not paying as much attention. So a toddler on a tricycle can be terrifying. Definitely. But still an adventure that I wouldn't be against. Okay.
Well, I'm going to stick that in my Trello board right now, like follow up with the EPs about this time and start sending them amazing places in the Fan. Look at where I am today. Don't you love it?
I'm telling you, like some of the parks in there are beautiful.
God, they are. They are so pretty. And everything is so pretty right now. I love it so much. So, Theresa, we've worked together like a lot of times.
Yes.
And I promise I'd be your friend even if we hadn't worked together like a million times. But we do have a lot of fun. Can you think of any particular memories that kind of come to mind whenever you think of us and us working together?
I think the thing that keeps coming back to you guys and wanting to make sure that I always have this kind of relationship is that in 2007, my husband and I had sold. We were in our second home and we were renovating it. We had spent 6 years or maybe 4 years. I don't know. I have no sense of time anymore. Erin. It was about 4 years renovating this house, and we had thought we were going to be making a decent amount of profit to move to the next house, and we found out that we were actually going to be selling for at cost and taking a big loss. And you and your team made it as palatable and as comfortable as it could have been, because that's a terrifying situation, especially when you're like 27 years old and it's your first big loss, because you don't think that bad things happen.
No.
If you buy a house and you put money in the house, it's obviously going to be worth money. Except in 2007. And that was something that if I was having a moment that I was uncomfortable, if I was scared, or if things were really like, I mean, it was terrifying. And you guys were always there, and you worked almost as counselors as well as realtors, because it was so hard to navigate. But then you guys have also been there for the joys when we're in a good place and we're going back to a bigger house. Mm-hmm. So that it's that sense of community. And that's why, like, family members that we've brought, if they're in a tough place, like I know that you guys are going to take care of them. And you're navigating big money, which for my age group, aside from like stock market and retirement, this is like our biggest investments. And it's scary.
It is scary.
We don't buy houses the way that our parents bought houses. We don't buy it one time and stay in it for 30 years. So there is like that first time home really is a first time home, because most of us are going to have 4 or 5 of them.
Right.
That sounds really ridiculous, but I mean,
it does. It is. And I think, and kind of talking about what I was talking about before, is that we've always had like this little saying. I think I made it up. It was silly, but the whole.
Yeah, but after about 7 houses, it kind of becomes a thing. I don't know if it's really a saying anymore.
It is. We manifested it, and it became real, because it really was. It was like, I always think of it as like Team Melton, Team Ep. You guys come to us and it's like, hey, this is what we're thinking about doing. And we're like, all right, we can accomplish this. And you guys just have this, instead of the Midas touch, you have the Ep touch that you add to everything. And that's for like all your family members that you've helped with getting things together, for your own homes, that I just always know when I talk to you guys, there's going to be adventure, but it's going to be a fun adventure, and people that are like us, that it's like you put your blood, sweat, and tears in everything you do. It doesn't matter if it's investment property. It doesn't mean if it's not going to be your forever thing. It doesn't even mean like if it's not going to work out. We're talking about something else like it's not the right time. It doesn't matter. It's that good synergy together. And I'm just so grateful that I'm trying to even remember who connected us.
Funny enough, it was my mother over a house that you didn't sell that time.
But
you sold it 6 years later.
Yes. It wasn't a no. It was just not right now. See?
We had to re-renovate the renovations to make it ready to be sold. Yes. Because, renovating, just because we just painted that room orange does not mean I'm set on that color. I will paint it 6 more times if it's not the right shade.
If it's not the right one, it's just not the right one.
It's not right, because I don't want anyone to have anything that I wouldn't myself want.
Exactly. That's the Ep touch, y'all. It's just like that. You keep on doing it until it's right. And it just is, they do have like the best things. So I'm super grateful for you.
Well, we enjoy it. Like, we really do enjoy doing this, and we enjoy working. I always love that when you and Bryant come and take the photos, that we get to see the house the way we envisioned it, because when you're looking at it every day, you kind of don't see it. It's your house.
It is.
But your listings are always so pretty, and it looks at it and we're like, wait, we would buy that house.
We would buy that house.
But we would buy it.
Yeah. And then we go, hey, this isn't an episode of Love It or List It. Get your ass out. It's time. You remember that wonderful, beautiful house you went to be? No, you don't want to stay. Let's make you a whole bunch of money. Right?
Oh, I love these houses. Like, and that's the thing, is like every single one of them we have loved for the time that we've been in there. We love the moment we're there while we're there.
Yep.
And then it's ready for somebody else to love.
Exactly. But you make it just right. They add the best touch. I hope everyone that's watching it has an opportunity to buy one of y'all's houses, because those people are truly in for a treat. You all are the kind of homeowners that everybody dreams about. I know I always dream about, for sure. So, Theresa, thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate it. And I hope everyone found this extremely helpful. And remember, leave everything better. Thanks, Theresa.
Thank you.
Once again, if this is your first time to our channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Richmond, Virginia, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and hit that bell too so you're notified every time we release a new video.